The Palette of Elara. Elara loved the way the world looked in black, white, and a splash of yellow. It was the palette of her dreams, the colors she used to paint the bustling city outside her small window. She dreamt of her art-filling grand galleries, of her unique vision being celebrated. But for now, her canvases leaned against the walls of her tiny room, waiting for a chance to be seen. Every morning, Elara would pack her worn satchel with her best works and head to the city square. She hoped someone, anyone, would stop and truly see the story she painted. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. People rushed past, their faces a blur of indifference. Sometimes, a kind word, a fleeting glance, but never a sale. The yellow of her hope began to dim. The rent was due, and her art supplies were dwindling. Elara found herself taking on odd jobs, washing dishes, delivering packages, anything to keep a roof over her head and a brush in her hand. The vibrant yellow of her early dreams was now just a faint memory, overshadowed by the stark black and white of daily survival. She painted less, and when she did, her strokes felt heavier, more urgent. One evening, a small, elderly woman named Mrs. Gable stopped by her usual spot in the square. She didn't buy a painting, but she offered Elara a warm cup of tea and a listening ear. Mrs. Gable shared stories of her own youth, of dreams that had shifted and changed, but never truly faded. "Life isn't always a grand masterpiece, dear," she said gently. "Sometimes it's a collection of small, honest sketches." Elara continued her odd jobs, but something had shifted. She started painting the small, honest sketches Mrs. Gable spoke of, the tired faces of commuters, the quiet beauty of a forgotten alley, the resilience in a wilting yellow flower. Her art never hung in grand galleries, and she never became famous. But her small, honest sketches found homes in the hearts of a few, sold for just enough to keep her brushes wet and her spirit bright. Elara learned that a life well lived, even with its hardships, could be its own beautiful black, white, and yellow masterpiece.